powerful every year po kasi nade-develop po artificial intelligence tama. Then sa tingin ninyo, handa naman talaga tayo to integrate AI in defense and national security. Kasi in your own point of view.
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. So actually right now it's not a question of are we ready? It's when should we be ready? We should be ready now. So if you take a look around us, there's so much developments happening. The AI that we had years ago, 2 years ago, it's very different from what we have today. It's very fast-paced. I mean, the hallucinations we have right now, much less as compared to before. I remember when ChatGPT was relatively new, it pretty much stopped at that. But right now, it's very much advanced. There's so much developments going on, and we just need to keep up. We need to upskill. We need to, of course, train our workforce in order to maximize these developments.
Sa FAU representative, paano niyo po natiyak na hindi po mahaluan o mapapasukan ng cyber attack po yung any kumbaga technological aspect po ng university?
Okay, so for FEU Tech, so actually we invest in infrastructure to really defend our perimeter or our environment here. So with the advent of AI, so right now, actually we will be launching this next week. So we are in partnership with So we really see to it that, so sabi nga kanina ni Gab, na AI is already here, it's not anymore the future. Kasi it's the present na, di ba? So we have also to prepare our students because right now in the industries, in the enterprises, they're now really looking for AI skilled graduates. And one way for us to prepare our graduates to be like that is for us also to invest in them. I mean, we partner with different industries, technological industries, so that we can strengthen our programs, our pedagogy, leading towards future-ready graduates.
It means hindi lang siya for specifically yung mga courses or yung mga students na dun sila, yun ang pinag-aaralan. It's sa lahat na punto ng students.
Yeah. Because we are integrating AI not only as a course or a subject, but in our processes, in our pedagogy. So that's how we plan to do it. So para it's holistic, it's institutional. So we're institutionalizing.
Last na po, paano niyo po binabalance, lalo na po sa mga estudyante, yung human touch, tsaka yung artificial intelligence? Kasi di ba, ang dali na ngayon ni AI kung when you give an assignment, pwede na nilang ipagawa yun sa artificial intelligence. Paano po ang integration ng human touch?
Actually, in all our AI implementation, so we always tell them na AI can assist, but the final decision is still within the human. So there should always be human oversight for every AI implementation that we are making. So paano siya ibabalance? So we have incorporated guardrails. So it's included in our AI governance framework and policy. So actually the first step talaga for the AI implementation is to establish guardrails, to establish governance. So before you will really institutionalize the implementation.
Dr. Will, right now po, nakafocus muna kayo sa mga universities. How about in other fields like entertainment, like sa iba pa pong mga field po ng industriya natin?
So actually, as ECC, we don't just support universities. We also support different industries around us. So one of the organizations that we support is actually the armed forces. So, sorry, the question again is?
Ngayon po kasi dito, this is support step, parang fourth step nila to sa mga universities. Napapansin lang namin kasi puro ang atake ng PCC right now is po yung campuses po, universities. How about other fields po in our industry po?
Okay. Well, universities are actually just one leg of the industries that we support. So part of that we support are also other companies. So like, our beginning in terms of corporate training started way back in 2022 with Toyota Motors Philippines. We helped their engineers build AI-based systems that help monitor the whole smart factory. And we've also been doing a couple of AI-based trainings as well with our courses, different companies that we support. So yeah, our goal is really to train people to learn how to work with AI. Because right now there's a lot of fear of AI replacing people. And honestly, my take on that is yes, it's possible, but AI will do a horrible job. I mean, if you tried before maybe filing a complaint or trying to get a refund, maybe with an airline, and you probably came across with an AI-based system that doesn't connect you to a human, you probably won't get anywhere. And that happens a lot. And again, it's because AI replaced the person in that area. And we don't want that. We don't want those kinds of systems because most of the time they don't work. So what we want is really to help equip people with the skills needed to learn how to work with AI.
Thank you po. Next question is coming from Jeff Fernando po from Daily Tip.
Good afternoon. My question is for Ms. Rosana Ada. Hi ma'am. Ayun, using layman's words, using common words, ano po yung gusto niyo iparating sa mga media platforms namin sa nangyari ngayon na talk natin? Ano po yung what would you like us na ilagay sa mga media platforms namin?
Okay, so we can actually the talks that we had earlier, so it's related to technology, AI, of course. So siguro what we can really tell na technology makes our lives easier. So with the advent of AI, it makes it more easier than what we had done before. Siguro let's not just be afraid of technology. So we have to learn to working with it or with the technology that exists now. And I think also ang kailangan din nating ma-practice is to reskill, to also improve ourselves using technology. Kasi talagang, I mean, AI is there, wala na tayong magagawa. So we need to know how to work with it and to adapt kung in an AI talaga, di ba, parang AI-centric world. So,
Okay, thank you ma'am. And for Mr. San Pedro, sir, after FEU, may iba pa bang educational institutions and universities ang susunod na para partnership with AI?
Actually, I'd like to take this as an opportunity to invite all other universities to come partner with us. So actually, we've been busy going around to different campuses. So just last February or March, we did a campus series where we went to 5 different universities, University of Eastern Pangasinan. Then we drove all the way to Baguio, the Philippine Military Academy, Lyceum of the Philippines, Manila, Cavite, and even the Marikina Polytechnic College. So we're doing a campus series going to different campuses, really promoting technology adoption, promoting emerging technologies. So through our network of different speakers from different countries, different universities, different industries, we aim to enrich the whole academic experience, the knowledge that we bring, and show people the different opportunities that they have in terms of technology. So I'd like to take this as an opportunity to invite the universities to come partner with us. Let's start the conversation, and we'll be very much happy to do a round of innovation.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Next question po is from Ms. Ana Cerezo of ABS-CBN News.
Hello, good afternoon. Kay Ms. Rosana, do you have like specific targets or goals na gusto niyong maging outcome nitong program na to?
So siguro, with the partnership with PCC, so we really aim to spread more, to reach more institutions or industries where we can really teach technology related or more maybe on awareness for the meantime. Then we can also explore on developing several sectors on especially the new technologies like AI.
Ano ba yung, for anyone, ano ba yung parang, this is upscaling in a sense also, pero is this something na may best target na demographic, or is this for really everyone? Is it better if they learn it while they're still young?
So actually,
Thank
in
you.
this special forum, we curated it for our friends at the military. We support, we've been doing a couple of trainings with the Philippine Military Academy and the engineering group of the armed forces. So the main goal of today's event is really to support the self-reliant defense program of the national government and really to help spark the conversation in terms of research. We want to promote collaboration between not just within the military, but of course with military, the universities that we have out there, and even our network of foreign researchers. So we want to really work together in terms of nation building.
Very last na lang, kasi diba when people say coding, AI, tech, medyo na-intimidate sila. But based on your experience, how learnable is it also when you do these forums? Parang, ano rin yung, is it something that people can learn, at least can start? Yeah.
So actually, we're in this perfect age where AI is here to even democratize everything. So before, yes, there is a huge barrier in terms of learning how to code. You need to learn a lot. But right now, we've heard of vibe coding and it's quite popular.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more that we can do with AI. But of course, the fundamentals are very much important. But life is pretty much easier right now. And through venues like this, through Innovation, we want to promote technologies like this, show people the different opportunities, what they can do. Because everything that the researchers, our resource speakers have presented, they are things that our students can even do, especially with AI right now. They just need the right guidance and of course the right support. And that's why we're here and that's why I'm here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you po, Ms. Ana of PBS-CBN. Next question was from Las Cavallo of Right Mania.
Hello, for anyone. Paki-clarify lang po kasi pag military IT convergence, parang iba yung maisip mo agad kapag military diba? Bakit dito po sa FEU and ano ba yung magiging forum about military IT convergence?
Okay, why FEU? It's because we partnered with PCC. And we want to improve on the research capability of AMA and AFE in terms of nation building. So we're just an instrument, and as mentioned, there are other educational institutions who's helping PCC in order to improve the nation building capability of the country. So it's just helping each other develop whatever we need to share on our part. So we're open to any partnership that is for nation building.
So for Mr. Gabriel po, kasi ang dami na rin universities na naka-partner na. Ano yung mga notable na achievements from those innovation campus series?
Actually, I'd like to refer back to our previous one, the Innovation Campus series, because we really sparked the conversation when it came to AI. So one of the one of my favorite examples actually would be with the Philippine Military Academy. Because when we're talking about the military, of course, they value integrity a lot. And of course, when we talk about AI, there's sort of this notion that AI is kind of equated to cheating. So through our partnership with the Asia Pacific University in Malaysia, we flew their UNESCO chair who's promoting AI use. And then we've sparked the conversation even within the military, and then right now they're considering adjusting their framework. Because let's face it, I mean, AI is here to stay. There is really no way in prohibition. And if we're stopping people from using AI, we're basically stopping progress. And then with the other universities that we've talked to, most of their AI policies really revolve around policing, like percentage of AI used. But these are pretty much inaccurate. If you take a look at the, let's say, the Philippine Constitution, an AI flagging system would pretty much say that it's 100% AI generated. But that's not the case. I mean, AI did not exist back then. So one of our passions in really doing this innovation is we're sparking the conversation. We're giving people some sort of change in mindset in terms of adopting technology, and that's what they need if we want to change our educational system and really upskill our students. We need to embrace technology rather than reject it.
And last na lang, so far, kamusta po yung feedback ng students sa innovation?
They really enjoyed it. I mean, if you take a look at our speakers, they have a really wealth of knowledge. They're bringing here into the table, and students can learn a lot. Students can learn the different possibilities na parang, oh, pwede pala yun. So we've had a lot of those moments with our students, and it brings us joy, and it gives more meaning to what we do. Thank you.
Ma'am Osong, Ma'am Rosana, sa tingin niyo po ba mas mabilis ngayon ang mga operation ng mga estudyante, teachers and students relationship, lalo na sa mga academies? Kasi before, di ba po, with doing research, talagang kumakain ng oras. Pero because of AI, bumibilis. Paano po, mas mabilis po ba ngayon ang process ngayon, ang learning process ngayon?
Actually, the learning process, ayaw naman natin minamadali. So, AI is there to assist. So, for instance, kung let's say they want to review their lessons, so we can give them, we can train AI dun sa subject matter so that it can give them practice tests, activities, so that they will have additional resources to learn. Pero the learning process, actually, in a way, hindi naman natin pwede sabihin mabilis kasi it's still, we still have a period to cover, di ba, whenever you're enrolled in a university. Pero what we can provide through the assistance of AI is to curate resources, parang personalized for them. So kung saan sila nahihirapan. So we can now train yung AI natin para they can create resources na align dun sa kanilang study habits, dun sa kanilang capability to learn. So iba-iba kasi ang mga bata eh. Hindi sila pwedeng pare-pareho yung pacing ng learning. So as much as possible, we want to make it personalized. So,
Something to add on, engineer?
Yeah, I think when we talk about research, apart from we don't want to expedite the learning process, it's also a question of what critical thinking methodologies do we actually ask of our students. I just like to add up to what Gino said, and it's really about democratizing AI. Now, in that process, we also need to make sure that we hit the right spots when it comes to learning. And this gives actually a heavier weight to the teachers right now because there's already AI. So I think that's something that what AI is doing in the whole learning process when it comes to the education scheme. Thank you.
Next question please coming from Mr. Roldan Pasma.
Good afternoon, sir, ma'am. Ano po ang epekto ng AI sa paggawa ng pelikula, musika at TV shows? Maaari bang palitan ang virtual influencer o AI-generated celebrities para yung mga tunay na artista na ay mawalan ng trabaho? Something like that.
Actually, we've seen that. We've seen hit of different AI songs, but honestly, ang wala sa AI ay ang puso. So if we take a look at AI-based movies, AI-based songs, without the human touch, it's meaningless. There's a popular song right now, babanggit yun. But if you take a look, if you try to listen to the lyrics, ang babaw. So that is something that AI can never do, because AI doesn't have a heart. It's just tokenization, it's just algorithms piecing together things that seem to make sense, but honestly, it doesn't. It doesn't all the time. So it would be very difficult to replace creativity, especially since again, we need a human touch. We need uniqueness. Otherwise, we're gonna get something that's very generic. And if you take a look at AI art, it's generic. Sometimes it doesn't even make sense. And iba pa rin, iba pa rin.
Okay, thank you.
Next question po is coming from Jeffrey Ferdinand of Capamilio World Online.
For the government po, nabanggit niyo po kanina sir na kailangan ng upskilling sa defense institutions natin. How is PCC po helping with upskilling?
So actually right now we are supporting SASAP, different groups within the armed forces. We're also supporting PNA and different training upskilling initiatives. So actually something that we're also going to do later. So we're gonna have a declaration later on for donating a 3D printer to our armed forces, because I went there actually 3 months ago through DOST. We examined the curriculum, try to understand their different needs, and we're happy to help. I mean, the armed forces, it's an honor for us to actually support them in terms of training initiatives, and we see this as an opportunity to get back. So yeah, we're helping them in different ways, through training, through capacity building, or even going up to Baguio to the 3D printer and even doing some training programs, even for free. So those are just some of the things that we are doing with the armed forces.
Sir, ibig sabihin po, hindi rin po pwede din natin na hindi talaga ipapaintindi po natin sa public na hindi po correct talagang AI sa atin. Kumbaga, that's additional, kumbaga, magiging tools lang po or equipment para sa greater innovation po ng bansa.
Well, some people would see it as a threat. I mean, as mentioned earlier, there are, let's say, some customer service agents being replaced by AI, but it's doing a horrible job. You have some artists being, let's say, replaced by AI because there are hit songs made by AI, but if you take a look at the lyrics, the art style, it doesn't make sense. So later on, we're gonna realize yung mga downsides nito. And it really boils down to people working with AI rather than people being replaced by AI. So that's really why we need that skill. We need to learn how to live with AI. AI is pretty much like an assistant that helps amplify what we do. So long story short, we can do more with AI.
I just like to add
Yes,
to
go
that
ahead.
question. Let me address the elephant in the room na mapapalitan pa tayo ng AI. I think the perfect logic that we can do is internet. Everybody thought that internet would be replacing people. But what do the humans did. They learned how to use internet. And internet did not replace people. So we're going to use the same logic, whereas, so that we won't be replaced by AI, we need to learn AI. And that way, we're actually upskilling ourselves because now we learn the language that we need to speak. We learn the language that we need to think of, to act of. I think that's the perfect way on how we can address AI and its threats to humankind. Right?
Thank you po. Next question po is coming from Mr. Nicky Wong po of Manila Standard.
Hi, good afternoon. I would just like to piggyback on the previous questions. This question is for Mr. Dr. San Pedro. You mentioned that the ultimate goal of this campaign is towards nation building. Nation building is a very broad topic. It's it encompasses a lot of things. Basically, the campus series is like a preview of what's next for this campaign. So can you give us a specific initiatives moving forward? I mean, from the campus series, what's next? What are the industries that you're going to partner with, to tap, to reach your goal in helping your goal to achieve prosperity in nation building?
So actually, in terms of our initiatives, AI is pretty much just the beginning. So one of the events that we have, aside from Innovation, one of the events that we have down the pipeline is the Southeast Asian Stakeholder Summit on Generative AI for Education. So it's an event that we are doing in partnership with the Asia Pacific University in Malaysia through the UNESCO chair and through CMIO. So CMIO is the Southeast Asian Organization of Ministries of, Southeast Asian Ministries of Education Organization. So long story short, all the heads of the different ASEAN countries form that organization. So we're sparking the conversation within ASEAN. We're doing the third run. For the last 2 years, it has been done in Malaysia. And next year, we're gonna do it here in the Philippines. So more details will be announced soon, but the main goal of this is to revolutionize education, start the conversation in terms of AI use in education. Because when we talk about nation building, improving the Philippines, we believe that the best way to start is really through the academic institutions, because it's the training ground. It's where everyone starts. I mean, from our academic institution, it's gonna pretty much stem out to the different other industries later on once our graduates have the right skills. And that naturally translates to a better economy, more jobs, more advanced technologies, and so on. So we believe it's a ripple effect, and education is really just the beginning.
Thank you. I totally agree. And my next question is for Ms. Adao. I'm not sure if this has been asked. What does partnering with Philippine Coding Camp mean to FEU, specifically to students, and then to faculty, and of course to the admin?
Actually, partnering with them, I think is an advantage for us because it's also expanding our mission. Because as an academic institution, of course, our mission is to educate, spread awareness, especially we're a technology institution. So we want really to spread awareness that technology, the benefits of technologies to the nation. So with the partnership, so since they're expanding also their reach to different industries, so in a way, so the partnership will also help us. So since they're also into technology, so spread our aspirations also to, spread the technology can benefit all of us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikki. Next question po is from Orange Magazine po. Miss Sherman.
Hello po. So my question po is, how can University and Innovation Center help strengthen national capacity in emerging technologies?
Innovation Center serves as a strategic platform. So basically, strategic platform because this is where we allow partnerships, collaborations such as with PCC. I think it's very important that we deal AI in a whole community, whole society approach. It has been always, it should be always an effort from the academe, the industry, and the government, where academe enables knowledge, the industry provides the needs, and the government has the enabling policies that would allow emerging technologies such as AI. So I think Innovation Center perfectly fits as a strategic platform for all of these industry, academe, and private sectors industries.
So actually, this partnership with the FEU Tech Innovation Center is really translating what we learned in the classroom into what we have in the industries. So something that we really applaud with FEIC is their capacity, their ability to sort of shift the mindset of students from the typical notion where you graduate, get a job, and there's so much more that you can do, especially in terms of innovation. So that's also something that we are advocating for in Philippine Coding Camp. We want to show people the different opportunities that they have. I mean, through our speakers, some of them even run their own startups. They can realize that there's a lot more possibilities out there.
Thank you po. Bali, sir, katulad po yun ng projected din po natin, yung mga artists, yung mga people behind the cameras, hindi sila mapapalitan ng AI. And ganyan din po, likewise sa school, yung mga teachers, at yung mga manpower, yung mga personnel, hindi rin mapapalitan ng AI. Kaya to continue, yun pa rin po yung service. Next question po is coming from your alma mater po, Janelle Esteriore of Sigma Bravo.
Hello po. Hi, Miss Adaw. Dito po ako nag-school 13 years ago. IT. BSIT. Yung wala pang... wala pang specialization.
Teacher mo ba?
Yes po. First year. Ayun. Kumusta na po sa FEU ang pag-handle ng paggamit ng AI? Do we combat it? Do we handle it like integrated to the curriculum? And where is the delineating, what are the delineating factors na masasabi natin cheating ang paggamit ng AI?
Actually, nung bago lang yung AI, I think that was mga 2 years ago. So we're very reactive to it. So parang there was one time na we block sites, di ba? Parang very reactive talaga. But knowing AI, seeing the different benefits, so kung mapapansin nyo, we partnered pala with them. So we partnered with OpenAI. So we intend to use AI holistically, so not just offering it as a subject, but actually operationalizing it. So we're intending to integrate it in the pedagogy. So just imagine in the classroom, so other than just discussing the lesson, so we're integrating now AI on how we deliver the different courses. So plus the fact that we're offering it also as a program, kasi right now we have specialization in artificial intelligence. So but it's more on developing useful applications using AI that can help various sectors of the industries and also the academe. So that's how we adapt to it. So how do we govern it? Kasi AI is best governed in an organization. Kasi kung uncontrolled yung use ng AI, so doon lumalabas yung mga masasabi natin mga hindi magandang effects sa student. So that's why the first step that we do is to create an AI governance framework or mga responsible use policies so that they would know first what are how AI can be used ethically, responsibly by our students and by all our stakeholders. So I think that's it for the development of our school right now. Jarpi, you're here na. Do you know Jarpi?
13 years ago.
Wala ka pa dito. What 30 years ka? Okay.
Nagkaroon na po ba ng instance na may student na may pasa ng gawang AI na naging issue sa school?
No, wala pa namang ganung instance.
Pero kasi from our previous press con sa innovation sa ibang school, they mentioned na they have this percentage, meron silang meron silang parang percentage na pwedeng magamit yung AI. Meron din ba kayong similar
So it's
framework?
included in our policy. So, kasi alam naman natin na meron talaga na gumagamit. So, rather than, restricting it, making it very restrictive, so merong mga percentage, pero the faculty are also trained on how they can teach their students to use it responsibly. So meron kami mga tinatawag na declarations or something like that. Kasi it's very important, even in research right now. So they're allowing the use of AI as long as it is being declared. And even in academic institutions.
And lastly po, ano ba to? Ayun, yun. Kasi po, sa ibang schools po, mas dinadamihan na po nila ang oral presentations, less na yung paggamit ng submission na from the computer mismo. Ganun din po ba sa FEU Tech? And paano po kapag more on programming sila?
So actually, that's how we intend to revise the assessment. Kasi nga, sabi natin, hindi na tayo pwede yung magpapapasa na lang kasi we all know it might have been generated through AI. So siguro sa mga programming, kasi nga we're a technology school, so we spend more time on having them defend their project, their output. So for them also, or for us also to know na they know what they're doing. So halimbawa sa mga creation ng website, so may mga defense. So normally we're more on active learning strategies right now rather than the usual pen and paper essay, etc.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Janelle. Last po, question is coming from Kate Up. Raj po from Random Republic.
Hello po. My question po is, why is cross-sector collaboration important in developing responsible and practical technology adoption?
So, actually, something that we do want to change is really, especially for projects na parang we're all from the same field. So, we do encourage cross-border collaboration, cross-sectional collaboration rather. It's because people from different fields actually bring different perspectives into the table. So, let's say we're trying to create a system for farmers. If we're creating an IoT-based system for farmers, pure robotics, and then the people involved in the project are just engineers, they don't really understand the actual needs of the farmers because what they're creating are actually technologies that they probably would just shove down the throats of the farmers and they might not even use them. So it's a sad reality that we see in my work also at UST. We go around different MSMEs and then some of these MSMEs are being supported by universities but then they don't use the technology. It's because the technology wasn't developed with them. So that's something that we are trying to promote, cross-section collaboration. So it's also why we are doing events like this, bringing together military and engineering institutions. It's because when we create systems, we have to work together because everyone has something to share that can enrich the systems, the technologies that we create.
Siguro, add ko na lang din, kamusta naman po yung pagtanggap ng, paano po, may adjustment po ba sa mga teachers, yung AI? Kasi parehas po yun, di ba? Mapapadali and mapapahil. So, kamusta yun?
When it comes to reception, definitely, it should be a top to bottom approach. The mandate should be coming from the administration until to the bottom of the teachers, and the mandate and the political will speaks volume of what the reception or the climate of the teachers have, because basically, if the administration doesn't have the political will to implement such thing, the reception would also be bad. But we're very proud in FEU Institute of Technology because our teachers, just like our code, driven by technology, are very receptive. In a sense that it's very important that we contextualize the importance of technology such as AI. So that's something that I think all organizations should also understand, that it's very important to contextualize why AI is needed or why it is not. Tsaka hindi po kami AI. Kaya po. Para lang ma-break. Ayan.
Yun nga po, that's it po, di ba? Kumbaga, kapag AI po yung mga nakaupo dyan, wala na tayong press doon. Kapag AI din yung press, wala na tatanong. Sige po, for the final message na lang po from everyone po, before we end this press conference.
Alright, so thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. We thank FEU Tech, and we want to take this opportunity to invite everyone to join the mission. We want to invite everyone to let's start the conversation, let's partner together, let's work together and really improving our education system. And in terms of emerging technologies, we want to explore the different possibilities with you. We want your students to even create systems that are our speakers and even speaking. So yes, we are open, very much open to doing another run with innovation and even hopefully with other FAS schools as well. So yeah, I think this opportunity again to invite everyone to join our mission and partner with the Thank you.
Okay, so ano ba party words ko? I invite you to enroll. So again, thank you.
Message na lang po.
We have master's degree. Hindi ka nag-promote pa. So again, so thank you everyone for being here. So thank you also to PCC, to Gino, or actually I'm wondering why it's Gino. Kasi it's Gabriel, di ba? So Gino for partnering with us. So also sharing with us yung mission namin to really expand the access of technology through first awareness and also learning with it and reaping the benefits also of technology. So we're not just again producing talents in terms of our graduates, but we also would like to help in nation building or building national technology capacity. Kasi it starts all with awareness, then learning and adapting and living and reaping the benefits of technology. So I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Sir, Engineer Daryl po, you have something to say?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to say, whatever industry that we are in, hindi tayo mapapalitan ng AI. Kasi merong higher order thinking skill na pinaprovide ang mga tao na hindi mapapalitan ng AI. Siguro, ang mas importante na tanong is, handa ba tayong gamitin yung AI para sa sarili natin? So I think that's a better question. And huwag tayong matakot because schools like FEU Institute of Technology, organizations just like Philippine Coding Camp, are here to help us out. So I think yun yung perfect message. And also, napaka-importante kasi meron kaming graduate na nasa sector nyo. And napaka-importante that we're building also communities of practice where we can share these best practices. And everybody is always welcome, whether that's entertainment, that's transportation sector, agriculture. You're always welcome here in the academy to relearn and to upskill and reskill yourselves. All for the nation building. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, AI is a tool. We manage the tool. So for us at FU Tech, we want our students to be industry relevant. And that means we have to cope up with the fast change of technology. And we have to provide them with the right education and the right skill sets in order to be competitive outside of the classroom. So this is one of the things that we do, partner with organization that's credible, which is PCC. And through our partnership, it's not only the customer or the third party customer benefits from the partnership. It is also the institution, because we also learn from the problems of PCC's customers. So we also upgrade ourselves. So with this, I'd like to thank everybody, including PCC, for trusting FU Tech and partnering with FU Tech. And we look forward to a more in-depth, meaningful, nation changer activities, not only with PCC, but with other organizations that has the same objective, which is we need to help each other to help our country. Thank you.
And right now, sir, meron po kayong activity with the PCC today, ongoing?
Ito po, the Philippine Military Academy and the Armed Forces of the Philippines are here. So they've provided them with resource speakers, which is in caliber, top caliber resource speakers for an educational forum in terms of research.
Ang mga attendees po, mga students po? Or,
There are students, we have students attending kaninang umaga. And then the PMAers are here and the Armed Forces of the Philippines.
this is for today lang po, or may another days din?
This is for today only, for FU. But I think I would like to turn it over para ma-inform rin.
May mga following activities po ba kayo, sir? You can mention na rin po.
Actually, for next year, January, we're gonna have the Southeast Asian Stakeholder Summit on Generative AI for Education. So it's a conference that has been going on for 3 years. For the last 2 years, it was in Malaysia, and this year we're doing it here in the Philippines. I mean, we're still the ASEAN chair even until, I believe, February 2027. So it's very timely for the Philippines. So we'll be bringing together different speakers from all over ASEAN, different people from the government, academia, and industry to really spark the conversation when it comes to generative AI. Because right now, again, it's a hot topic, and people are, I'd say, a little bit confused on how to use it. Everyone uses AI, or if you don't use AI, I'd say use it. But are we using it properly? So these are some of the things that we will be discussing in the forum, best practices from all over the world. So we invite you to partner with us and also join us for that event.
Thank you po, congratulations.